Hey, I'm Caroline Rena from the Ride of My Life podcast, and this has been an incredible weekend, and I've discovered so many things. And one of the things that, in going to this, my intentions were to heal, and to heal this next thing that's been coming up and do some self-forgiveness, which I did over the weekend. And it opened up some things that I didn't expect to happen, and also am grateful that it did. So I wanted to come and talk about this like real and raw, because I feel supported right now, even though these new people that I've met and the people that I've known for a while are not with me. I just feel supported in doing this. So I'm going to share, because that's why I decided to do the Ride of My Life podcast and this inner peace pilgrimage. And I want you to know about what's going on. So, and it's never a mistake that things happen in the timing that they do. It's just sometimes it's hard to understand why it's happening, because it hurts so much sometimes, and because some of us who've not, if you haven't really opened up to doing the work yet, you're still feeling all those really intense feelings that you felt as a child. And so it kind of challenges. It's a challenge to walk through that when you don't know what's happening. But I know what's happening, and I'm inviting it, and it's just incredible. And I'm not going to apologize for crying, because these are actually joyful tears. So basically what happened was, when I was at the, prior to the event that I went to over the weekend, or the course I went to over the weekend, there's a friend of mine who just stopped talking to me. And I was like, okay, is there anything that you could let me know or whatever? And there hasn't been anything. And I can surmise what happened, but I don't know if she felt that I did something, or, whatever it was. And so it's been, under the surface for the past 2 weeks, or maybe a week and a half. And so I went into this weekend wanting to forgive myself. That was the biggest thing, because I constantly berated and constantly got on myself for hurting all these people, and because they keep leaving me and I keep losing them. And I'm like, or if there's something that you think is going on, then I get to look at it where I don't have to blame myself and say, if you've got something, I'm still going to be good to myself. And that's been a challenge for me my whole life. And so, so one of the things that I came through with was that I'm reading notes, because this all just came up. It's like a belief system for me. If I feel like I'm a part of something, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a group, whether it doesn't matter what it is. And this might be why I isolated for a while or whatever, because I felt better and safer by myself. And so when I feel that way, I want so badly for that relationship, or I want so badly to be a part of something, that I feel like I am too much, and this energy that I'm putting out is too much. And I'm like, wait. So I started thinking about that, and then I recognized, well, it's too much for others. I don't know if I felt like I was too much for myself. That I'm still considering. But if I'm too much for others, and then these people want to leave me, and what I feel like it stems from was when my mother left me. And so in that process, I feel like I have a hard time asking for what I want, and I start literally to shrink inside of myself. I get small. I'm afraid to go and talk to somebody. I just hold back. I just kind of watch. And I'm watching me do this whole weekend, basically. Not the whole weekend, just parts of the weekend. And I was like, what's that all about, you know? And so then I realized that it was about shame. Like if I'm not good enough, then people don't want anything to do with me, and you know, all this stuff, which is a bunch of bullshit. And I was just talking to somebody this morning. Oh, I don't know if I said, I get small and I hide, and I feel like I've been doing that my entire life because of feeling that way. And anyway, so for the first time, I had this conversation over the weekend with somebody. When I first started doing mirror work back when I started this course, this was the first course I ever took. And when I first started doing mirror work after the course, I couldn't even look into my eyes. I was like, I hid from myself. And it was so freaking challenging for me to just get in there and see my little girl and see who I was, see who I am, all this stuff. So this morning, after walking through this a little bit, and yeah, there were tears, I looked in the mirror, I'm looking at myself, and I was like, I walked through it, and I told her, and I told my inner teenager, and I told myself, it's like, I don't need to do this anymore. This is it. This is the end of the road. And I might still be walking through it, whether I say this or not right now. I'm still going to be walking through it a little bit more than likely. But what I'm finding is that I don't have to be small anymore to make sure that everybody's okay. And that's so powerful for me. And I'm like, ooh, if you knew how nervous and scared I was in this moment, you would understand, but I'm just going to share it with you in case you don't see that, because that's what I'm feeling. And I want you to know that it's okay to feel this way, because that's how we let these energies go. And they're all energies. All of our feelings are energies inside of us. That's why some people call, or I've read about it, emotion, motion is energy in motion. So by feeling these feelings, we allow this energy to be in motion and release it. And so when we release it, we feel better, and I feel better. And it's taken me so long to recognize this about myself, and I'm just really grateful that I got this opportunity at this course this weekend as I assisted, to also see how others do their lives and learn from that, and how I've been doing mine and learn from that. And it's been such an eye-opener, and the share is just so you know where I am in this moment, in the now. And I know this is going to get better now, because normally, from what I found, is when I make a decision to shift something, it's not the action initially, it's not the action that causes things to shift, it's the decision that's causing the thing to shift. And that's where my life changes in a big way. And so I just want to say that I am so grateful to the people who are in my life and supporting me. And at some point, I'm going to also say what the course is, because I want to be able to talk to them and make sure that that's okay for me to do this. But anyway, thank you for listening, for hearing me out on this one, because this is a big deal for me. And to know that I have people who love me, who do love me, who I don't have to chase for that love, is huge. Here we go again, the tear. But it doesn't, I'm a highly sensitive person, so the sensitivity sometimes creeps up on me and comes out like that. So real quick, I'm going to share a couple of tools that you can use when you're in this kind of space and you're seeing I'm holding my heart right now. I put my hands on my heart and I just connect with my inner child, and she feels me, and she knows that I'm there, and I'm walking through it, and she's she's probably very grateful and happy that she knows that I'm doing this, and she helps me, both of them, especially my inner teenager, because she was really devastated. when she was growing up. So now she knows that she doesn't have to take care of my little girl, that I'm going to take care of both of them. And I'm grateful for that too. So anyway, so putting your hand on your heart is something. And of course, deep breathing, just maybe like in through your nose for the count of 3. And I hold it and then I let it go for the count of 3. So the breathing actually helps your central nervous system calm down. And for someone who's been traumatized, the nervous system is constantly on point, on alert, hypervigilance, whatever that is, that's happening in there. And when you breathe, it calms your nervous system down. And so I think that's it for now. And I appreciate you popping in and listening to what I have to say, because I really feel like it's important for people to know that there's support out there and there is help, and you can't do it alone. As I've discovered, isolating doesn't work. Being alone is okay. Learning how to be alone with yourself is absolutely amazing, but isolating because of fear or anything like that doesn't help anything. It actually makes it worse. So if you feel like you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, you're more than welcome to reach out. You can also find me on my website just to see what I'm working on. It's carolinerena.com, and I'll probably put the end thing on it with it, but it's CarolineRena. And my little girl's feels really good right now. This is really exciting, and I'm looking forward to whatever these next steps are that are going to show up. And I could go back into crying, and I could climb out, and I really feel like it's the climb out part, but sometimes the crying goes along with it, so anyway, I hope you have a wonderful moment wherever you are, and I think that's about it. All right, thanks so much.